when we give out the key strikes, you can start to recognize the impact that key strikes have to the value of price, the quality of price, or the way that price reacts to the key strikes. It doesn't mean that they are buys or sells. It means that there are areas that you need to pay attention to. There are areas you need to watch around, because obviously the price did spike through that, but that was the non-farm payroll release, that spike above. But that's something you actually have to be paying attention to, because if it goes above, it brings a lot of delta. If it goes back below, it brings an unwind of delta, or vice versa. Whatever it is, the rejection of one of these key strikes, the rejection of a strike, is an incredibly powerful piece of information. So we don't just put the strikes that we've all got on the dotted lines. Everybody's got all the main strikes, but the ones we double up on are the key ones. The ones we really double up on are the key ones, and these are the doubled areas here, which is the 45.45, and that's where the selling came in, and the 45.20, which is where the buying came in from here. The key strikes are the ones we double up on. And you can see that if you sold 45s and you bought 20s, my goodness, you've had a huge day today on the rotations, haven't you? Huge day. But as I said, I'm not saying that this is a sell level. What I'm saying is you should recognize the delta value of this level. You should recognize the delta value of this level here at 20. So it's not Max that's doing a special job of calling the lows, and it's not me that's doing a special job of calling the lows. It's just that's where the key strike is. And therefore, this is where the dealers are going to be doing deals. This is where the liquidity, the stories are going to become clear to us. And we've just got to read the story at this point. We've got to read the story. People always say about speed reading. If you read the, has everybody heard this about speed reading? That if you read the first paragraph of a chapter and the last paragraph, you can pretty much tell what happened, right? So you can speed read a book by reading the first paragraph and the last paragraph. Well, imagine that this is the first paragraph here, and all the rest of the stuff in the middle here is just the other paragraphs, the noise. Well, and this is the last paragraph here, so you can obviously, if you read the first paragraph, you can see what's happening in the first paragraph. There's selling coming in at those prices, right? And this is the last paragraph, and you can see what's happening here. There's buying coming in this bottom edge here. What happens all this space in the middle, all of this stuff here? All of that is all the other stuff in the middle, that other things are happening. There's other parts to the story that you don't know about, perhaps you've not read anything. But the one thing you must pay attention to, of course, the one thing you must pay attention to is the opening and the close, right? The opening and the close. The opening paragraph and the closing paragraph, so that we can see what it is that these guys are talking about in terms of structure. The fact that it's obviously got a little bit of structure here towards the top edge in terms of measures as well, that's not really that relevant at this point, because the measure was against a big spike, which was 16 points. I mean, that 34 to 50 was 16 points, which puts you down towards the 45.20 anyway there, doesn't it? 45.20 to 45.18 gives you an idea that that probably is going to be the measure. At that point, isn't it? It's probably going to be between 20 and 18s is the measured move for the whole previous bracket. And when you look at the previous bracket from there to there, that gives you an idea that this is where the trade will be. Yep, it's the SPX and the SPY, Miguel. SPX and SPY. Because the SPY's got a lot of options as well. The SPY's a very, very meaty options contract. So the SPX and the SPY calculated out into the ES futures. Right. Just watch that Euro stuff.